Could you turn on the audio, please?
Unmuted. Stop the server and install 2 more libraries. Stop the server. The first library is going to be hello you. Hello. We have to install 2 libraries. The first one is going to be .env. Okay. .env. And copy this. Copy. Just click on it. And here's how we install it. Right. .env first. Just installing it, and I will explain why. Okay, when you're installing it, I will explain. .env is it's a module that will help you your application to read the env file, the environment file. For example, .env here, right? Just like your React app, you have a .env file, and you store all the constant in there. It's got the same for the backend side. You also have an env file, and then you will store the credentials, for example, your API keys, API tokens, maybe your password somewhere inside this file, and you're not gonna push this file to GitHub, right? You should not. Okay. Never, not never, but if you push env file, make sure that you don't store any secret information. Let's do it here. Go back to the code, create a file called .env. It should be in the root folder. Right. Hit enter, done. And we will add more constant later. The next package that you need to install is Axios. npm install Axios. Right? Axios. Axios. Yeah. Install it. Okay. Axios is a package that will behave like the fetch function on your browser JavaScript. Remember, you use fetch a lot, right? To call API, to send a request to any APIs. So you cannot use fetch on your on your server side JavaScript because there's no such thing. It will say undefined. And usually before that, we used to use something called request, but it's outdated and it's not supported anymore. It doesn't also request doesn't support async and await. So there's a lot of drawback using request. That's why we had to use Axios. You don't have to use Axios, but I would recommend Axios because the syntax is very easy to use comparing to requests, right? So I installed Axios. Okay, now everything is fine. Now we can start it up. Start it up. No, not yet. First, you need the API keys for Mapbox as well as the Open Weather Map, right? So if during the break, if you register a Mapbox account, you should have the API key mapbox.com. Login. So I already log in. So go to account section. And scroll down, copy the token. Okay, copy it.
The default public token?
Yeah, copy it. Default. There's only one token.
And you need to sign in first, right?
Yeah, of course. You register first. Copy that. Go to your ENB. I'm gonna define a constant called mapbox API. No, mapbox key. Mapbox key. Paste it. Okay, that's one. You will need another one called open where the map. Open where the key. I'm going to call it open where the key. Same thing. Go to the website. Log in. So bad. The UI so bad. Log in. Okay. Click on the tab here, API keys. And you see I have 3 keys. Just copy anything you have, right? If you don't have it, create a new one. Yeah. I expect you guys to have it because in week 4 you already use this service, so you should have it.
For the map box, you just need the public scopes or the secret scopes. Do you need that?
Just need the public, yeah.
Just public only.
Yeah, just get the public tokens. Same here, copy anything.
And the keys. Okay.
Which key? Mapbox or this?
Oh, I can create a key.
Yeah, you can. Okay, go to your code, same thing, paste it, and that's it. Save and close. All right. So now you want to see the, you want to check if the constant is registered or not. You can check it right here. Maybe here, right? Console log. Console log. So here's how you call it. Process.env, and then the name of the constant. What was it? Map box key. Okay, it's not gonna work yet. Remember I installed .env, right? I didn't call it. So here's how we call it. Go to app.js. On the first block, you say type this line, require. Actually, you can copy from the documentation. There we go, here. Require .env and config. Copy this line, paste it.
And which one? Because the other thing is blocking the tab.
Okay. You can type, you don't have to copy, yeah, just type it here. For people online, I'm going to copy this one here. Okay. So this package allow us to read all the constant inside this file, env file. Okay. If the name is different, you can say, you can give more config here. If you want to use a different file, there's some instruction on how to use a different files. Like so, config, and you have a path, and you have to point to where you want to use, right? The file that you want to use. But right now we just use the default file, which is .env. Okay, save. Okay, now I expect when I run this, when I call this route, I expect to see this console log on my terminal. I'm going to save everything, then start the server, npm run dev. Just start the server again. Reload the page. Where is it? Here. I hit reload. Check my terminal. Okay, here's my key, right? The key register. Here's a key. Sorry? You can log in the code on line 6 here, and then you call save everything, start the server, reload the page to check to hit this endpoint. It's in the index browse index.js. Okay. Huy. Okay, can you see the console log?
No.
No. Just run the command that we ran before. Yeah.
I don't see anything in console.
Do you see it too? No?
Nope.
What do you do?
Nothing.
What have you tried? Like, so I'm gonna do it again, right? I'm gonna do it again. Cancel it. So in your app.js, put this line here. Okay. You don't need this, doesn't matter. But here we go. You need the inv file need to be in the root folder, right? It has to be in the same level of the apps.js. Remember? Okay. You need these constant in your inv file. Right. Next, go to this endpoint. I will call it endpoint because here's the endpoint, right? When I hit this route on my browser, all the code here will be executed. So I'm gonna put console log here. And I want to console log the process .env.markbox key. The name here has to be exact name of the constant. Okay. Okay, there's something wrong there. You need to stop your server and run again. See what happens. Okay, now I'm gonna start my server. So, okay, here's the problem. Like every time you change something in your env, you need to stop the server and run again. Okay, always. So I'm gonna run this again, this command again. And when I go to that endpoint on my browser, I will see the console log, right? Right. So raise your hand if you don't see it. So I will do it again. Wow. Yeah, okay. So half the class haven't seen this console log, right? Let's do it again one more time. Okay. Stop the server. Again. All right, let's try with another console log first. How about console log a string? Hello world, for example. So I'm going to try with a symbol string, right? You should try to. In browse index.js and call the endpoint. You start a server, call the page.
Wait, how do we stop the port again?
Stop what?
Stop the
server?
2000, yeah.
You have that running again.
Yeah, I'm encountering the same problem.
For Mac user, how to kill a process on Mac. Okay, here we go. Okay, if you run into a problem like there's a process already running on port 2000, so here the step to kill it.
Kill 9? Kill -9?
You need the ID though. You need to run this first. Yeah.
Can you paste this link in the Discord?
So I'm gonna give you some command on Discord for Mac user. OS kill something to kill a process on so here first you need to do this. Is it this? Let me see. Let me run it first. Sorry. This 2000. Okay. You need to run this command in order to see all the processes that running on port 3000. Okay. And here I see what server is running on. I see nothing is running on port 3000. Yeah, there is Node.js here. And the PID is 18120. If you want to kill the process, run this command. Q-9 and then the ID. 18120. Kill it. And then run the first command again. There's nothing. That means there's no process running on that port. Okay. So this one is killed. That's why you see Rust. So stop it. And then I'm gonna run it again. And go to this tab. Where is it? Oh shit. Okay. Okay. If I run the command lsof again, you see that process running. Okay. Did you kill it?
But I have to write kill.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to write this.
Oh, that one.
And then the ID.
Where can I find the ID?
It's in the list right here.
This is too long.
What do you mean too long? You need the port number here, Christina.
They give me this long ass list.
Sorry.
No, no one else to look at.
Okay. You need the port number here. Look here. 3000. Do you have that? If you have that, you should only see one process. Yeah. Okay. What was that?
That's the library to queue. If you install it, and you just like queue for like 3 times.
Oh yeah, yeah. There are many ways, but here you don't have to install anything. Yeah, Google, and you can share that solution to other people. Yeah, cool. Yeah, there's many ways to do it. Okay. Now I start my server again. It's running. If I check my website, where is it? Reload it. Check the terminal. I see the console log a string hello world, right? And now I don't want to see hello world. I want to check if my variable, my constant here, is valid or not. I will console log it. Again, test again. Reload the page. You have to reload the page. Check the console log. There we go. Okay. Who hasn't seen this yet?
But I'm trying to be.
Well, what's the problem? What's the error? Cool. There's no error. Do you see the word hello world? Do you see this string yet? Do you see it yet? You should see it if you put it in the correct place. In this file, to browse, folder browse, index.js, console log hello world inside it, save or restart the server or anything you can try, and try to reload the page again to see. Yeah. Someone chatting with me. I ran into error. I will just want which error when. I'm gonna go around now. Look at.
When I run npm run dev, it say not mon is not recognized.
Yeah, you have the key here.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
Where's the
You don't have
yesterday? And that's when you okay. There's a process for it. Let's see again. Who hasn't seen it? Who hasn't seen this? I run MEM, run dev. I say don't mean something. Let's move on. Where am I? Okay, you actually see the key, so that's good. So all the setup is correct. It's done. Everything is done now. Now let's start coding. So in your handlebars here, index.svs, your handlebars template, try to add a form, right? A form. So I'm gonna add a form, an HTML form. We need input, type, text, placeholder, equal enter your city name. Okay, you don't have to type exactly. You can go to the lab and copy the form. I have a form in there. Just go and copy. I don't remember that, so I'm gonna save some time. There's a form here on my form, right? Just copy exactly the form I will explain. So in the form, you have the property called action and the property called method. Basically, what it does is like when you submit this form, when you hit enter or when you click submit, your browser will send a request to this route, right? It's gonna be in your app. It's gonna be localhost 2000 / this endpoint, and the method is get. So it's gonna hit this again. It's gonna hit this again, this endpoint again. But with a query called city equals something that you type in. Okay, the name of the form input field is city. So when you submit the form, we will call this endpoint with the query city equals anything that you type in the box, right? So that's the whole thing. Now let's try it. Where's my app again? Okay, super awesome app. Reload it. Now I see a form. I will try to type Hanoi. I hit enter. Okay, as you can see here on my URL address bar, I have question mark city equal Hanoi, right? You should see that. Okay, let me look at this. Actually, install again and see what my script look like. When you're missing a space after not mon. Even the space. And this is spend time. Should have come here when. The whole space. All right. When I ask a question, so the method guess is the thing that we get a query. Not really method guess. Like we have multiple methods, right? We have get, we have post, we have put, we have part, we have delete. But for form, it only works with get and post. This is traditional form. There's only get and post. There's no put, there's no there's no part, there's no delete. There's only get and post for form. So basically, we actually define this endpoint as a get request here, router.get, right? Router.get. So that's why when we call a get request on this endpoint, we hit this logic, this block here. Okay. Okay. Everything is become a little bit clearer. I hope. Right. That's the drawback of using a kind of like a generator. You have everything, but you don't understand them. Really, right? I would rather create these files from scratch. But well, that's my technical list asked me to do. Okay, so now when we type something in here, Ho Chi Minh. Again, when I hit enter, I see the string here change. Right. So now we need some logic inside our code, inside our controller to check the value here, right? And use this value to call an API to Mapbox, for example, to Mapbox and get the location, coordinate location, right? Location coordinates. So how do we do it? Go here. We have a props called request here. REQ means request. Okay. So I'm going to console log. So we're going to do a lot of console log here. Request dot query. Request dot query, and I'm going to refresh the whole page. Hit enter. Go to terminal.
You're going too fast. Go back to the first one.
Just refresh. Just refresh.
No.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Console log request dot query. Right. Great.
Can you explain why how to get the you change the URL? How to change the URL into city equal in the URL? Okay,
that's what you get from the form. So you have a form here. You have action. Action will take you to. So action is method here. When you submit this form, it will send a request. It will redirect you to this endpoint, and this endpoint is going to be localhost 3000 / right? And all the queries you get from the inputs. So the first one will be city. So it's going to be city equal something you type in, right? Okay. Okay. If you have another input, let's say you have another input, name, for example, save. Then you will have another key called name here, equals something, right? Let's see. I'm going to save it.
It's native in Express. You don't have to install any other library.
Actually, this is from the form itself. It works in HTML. It's HTML. Just HTML. It's not Express. It's HTML. Yeah. And if I reload the page, I see two forms, right? The first form is going to be the city name, Hanoi. The second form, the second input will be my name, Khoa, for example. I hit enter. As you can see, city, Hanoi, name, Khoa, right? It's clear. Okay, you can have as many query as you want. Just add more input box.
You have to change to import a lot of stuff from in React in order to change the URL, but here we don't have.
Massive.
We have to change a lot in React wrappers.
No, this query is not parameter. It's queries. It's different. Queries.
So we can
You still call this route, this endpoint, but you provide queries, different queries. Okay, let's go back to index. Now, if you console request a query and look at the terminal here, you have an object, right? So this is the object you get. You have a key called city, another key called name, but the name here doesn't mean anything, so I'm going to remove it from my code. So let's go back here, remove this field. Just keep the city. Okay, I will try again. Hanoi. Enter. Terminal. Hanoi. City Hanoi, right? So now we got the value from the request. So now we're gonna use this value to get the coordinates. Cool. So I'm gonna comment in the code here. I'm gonna close this one. Close this one. Close this one. Open this. So first thing first, get the city value. We're done. By doing so, const city equal to request dot query. Sorry, request dot query. Okay. So now I got city. I'm going to console log it again. Save it. And test. Refresh the whole page. Check the console log.
Go back. You're going too fast.
I got it right.
Go back to the other one. Yeah.
Why do we have to have curly braces around?
Because if you don't have this, it's going to be an object, right? I want to target this key inside the object only. It's called destructuring. It's very useful, and you should get used to it. Right. So now I'm going to check if we got a request and there's a city inside the request. We will fetch the coordinates. Right. So here, if city. If not city, return this. We do the otherwise. If there is no city, I'm going to return this. Else.
You have to put the curly bracket.
Oh, there's another trick. If there's only one statement inside the body of the if, you don't need the curly braces. But if you want, I'm going to add it there. But if there's only one statement, you don't need it. Okay, and because you already returned here, you don't need to else. You have an else here. You can skip it. Okay, so actually this is else, but you don't need else. You need to type else. What else? We got city. We want to get the coordinates from the city name. So what we're gonna do here, like we need to get the coordinates from the city name, right? To do this, we need to call an API. Okay, and let's create a folder called utils, or you can call it anything. People call it utils, helper, utilities, or something. I would call it utils. And why is it on the top?
New folder?
Yeah, new folder. All right. I'm wondering why it's at the top. It's U. It should be behind B and P.
Oh, because there's a space in front of it.
Really?
Yeah. Tiny little space.
Shit. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Utils, and go inside util, create a file called get coordinates, or get geocode if you want to be like consistent with the lab. Get geocode .js. Okay. So inside this file, we're gonna define a function to get the coordinates from the API, and we're gonna use a source equal to require a source. Okay, import a source. I'm gonna define a function called get geocode equal async. I'll explain why we use async here. So I'm gonna use call API, and that function, that calling function, will return a promise, and we need to use a way async in a way to get the value from that promise, or we have to use .then in that catch. So you have two ways to do it, but I prefer using async in a way. It's shorter. It's more like this kind of like design pattern that people are trying to follow. So I'm gonna say you can try and catch. If there's any error, I'm gonna control the error, right? So I'm gonna call URL equal something, and go to the lab. Don't worry, I will go back. Don't worry. Go to the lab. I actually have two endpoints for you. Here, Markbox and the open weather. Copy the Markbox one, paste it. Okay, now inside here, inside the string, you need two arguments. What? It's at the top, before milestone 1, application landing. You don't have it? Reload the page. What? Okay, I'm gonna paste everything here. You want? You don't have it? Yes, he has it. Yeah, before milestone 1, above, right above it.
Can you go back to the code page?
Yeah. Okay, if you don't have it, I'm gonna copy and paste these two on Discord. To what? To get the coordinates. Where is it? Then you have to go and read the documentation and go and find the API. I prepare everything for you. Do you want to use it or not? Okay. API, here's the API, right? I don't want to make the video too long, right? Okay, I'm gonna paste here. Oh shit, I cannot pass. How do I enter here? What? All right, here we go. I don't know why. All right, go back to the code, explain. So here's the whole string, whole URL. In this URL, we need to use two arguments, two variables, address and token. The token here is the Markbox key, right?
Are we only using the map box, or do we also use the other?
We use Markbox first to get the coordinates, and then we use that coordinate to get the weather, right? So we have to call two API.
We have two backticks after token. There's two backticks.
Yeah, thank you. Nice. So we need two arguments here: address variable here, address and token. Address is the city name or location name. We change the location name to the coordinates using this API. So I'm going to pass in address from here. And the token, how do we get the token here? Yes. Mapbox. Mapbox key, right? And then we pass token into the string. So we have URLs. Now we need to call it. So on your front end, you usually call it like const response equal to await fetch something, right? So here we use a source. Get is a request. And we get this endpoint URL. That's pretty much it. Okay. So now we can construct response. Construct response to see what's inside response, right? Okay. And we need to return something. Return response, for example. Okay, now we export this function so that we can consume it in other places. Module. This is how you export stuff. Module dot export with S, export with S, right? Export equal the name of the function, get Geocode.
Why did an S in exports?
That's how it's designed. I cannot change it. It's a method. Yeah, it's a method. Yeah, it's a method.
Do the
Yeah.
name have to be the same with the name of the file?
No, you can add anything. For example, I can name it khóa. It also work.
Oh, okay.
Right. No, it doesn't auto check. I hit Command D to select two strings, this string and this string together. So if I don't select it, I change this. Only one place change. But I hit Command D, I change both at the same time. Okay. Okay, let's call this function inside our route here. Before you call it, you need to import it on get something I forgot. Get geocode equal to require. So you need to link to that file, go up one level, maybe not go up, sorry. Go inside the folder utils. No, go up to one level. Currently we are inside routes. So we need to go up one level to go to the root folder. And then go inside utils folder and target that file, get geocode. Okay. And then let's call the function inside our handler. Cons data equal to get geocode. Wait. And before we use why you need async here, sorry. Async here. Remember to put async here. Remember to use a way you need to wrap the whole function with async. Okay, await, and then you pass in the city name, which is the city, right? City. Let's see what we get. I'm gonna console. I think we already console outside here. Yeah, it's enough. Now let's try it. Maybe console later. Data here, console data here, and then we need to return something. Copy this return and put it there. If you don't have return, it will throw error. Like your website will be like loading forever. Yeah, just copy that and put it here for now. So that we can return something. Right, everything is done. I'm gonna check by refresh my web page again. Now check the terminal. So here the response. Here's the response we got from the API call. Right. Question from Min. Why there are some dots beneath the require? All right, Min. Answering. You need, because this file index.js is inside the routes folder directory. So utils is outside of this folder. That's why we need to go up one level, go outside of that folder and target the util folder. And then the file called get geocode.js, right? Oh, Oh, Min asking why there are some dots beneath the require here. Files common.js module, it might be converted to an ES6 module instrument. It's just some warning from ESLint, I think. It's just another tool. Let's check our spelling and stuff. Don't worry about those. Okay, save it, and then I check again on my terminal. I see my response object from the IVR call. Okay. You don't get that? Do you console log it? Did you console log it here? And I think we don't need to console log here. Just remove this line on line 12. Remove it. We don't want to console it 2 times. All right, refresh. So here's again. This object, there's a lot of things inside here. We have agent, we have header, we have a bunch of things that we don't need to know. We only care about response. Yeah. Inside response, there should be a body object. Maybe data here. So this is what we want to look at. Data. Inside data, we have type, query, filters. Filter, there's a bunch of object inside filters. So we need to target this key of the response. So
How do you get that? Why am I not seeing that information?
you have to call the web page. Refresh it. Okay, when app crash, waiting for file change result for starting. That doesn't have much, but stop the server and run again.
Yeah, I'm not getting what you're getting.
Did you call the function?
We check the result again.
Call it web page. Call it the web page. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is. But it's not showing up.
So what show up? Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
It just says get ultimate city.
Do you have the query city here? Make sure you have it. That's weird. Let me check. Okay, wait. So many go. What do you run? Can run there. Start as an update when you change the code. Remember, you can test it. No, not really. Check the there can also can find the city. So the data will be different. Say, can I find the data? There you go. Right here, there's no results.
It says address is not changed. Did we define the address?
Yeah, password.
Oh.
Yeah, you need to. All right, so now we're not gonna add any code. We need to dive into the data here. We have a bunch of objects inside filter, right? Now we need to dot data, dot filters, dot data, dot filters. Const res, const data equal to res dot data dot filter. Okay, and return data. Let's see what we get. Because I want to see the value of data inside the response object. Okay, and then inside that, I want to see the value of filters. Set everything. Run the website again. Check the terminal again. So here's the value that we want. Right? We have a bunch of elements inside filters. So the first element will be the best match for that name. For example, I search for Hanoi, and the first element will be the best match for Hanoi. There will be more Hanoi, for example, Hanoi High School or something. I don't know. Maybe a Italians. What is this? I don't know. It's from Paris. It's in Paris somewhere else. We don't need those. We need the best match, right? The first element inside the array, the best match. And inside the element, we have a couple of keys, and we want to target the geometry. Inside geometry, we have coordinate. Right? This is what we want. This is what we want. So inside filter, we take a look at the first element. And the first element, we need to read the key geometry. Inside geometry, we need to read the key coordinates. Hey, that's so deep. Check it. Right. So now we need to check if data.length is not greater than 0. How is it? Less or like equal 0. That means we have no results, right? There's no match for that location. We return something, or we can throw an error right away. We can throw error. New. This is something that you have never used, maybe. There is no search. There is no results for your city name. Okay, that means like we cannot fetch any data from the city that you provide. For example, for Jung, she enters some bullshit city name, and the API cannot find the location for that. Okay. So the throw new error will trigger the try cat block. So it will go into this block, console log error, and then we can do. You can connect here. Just passing the error. Yeah. Do we need this? Yeah, do we need this?
What is it?
Next is something we don't have next here. Just console log it. Just throw the error. That's it. Okay, let's try to fetch something. There's an Unreal City, for example. Hit enter. Right. You should see the console log. There is no result for your city name, right? Oh. Right, so now we have kind of like handle this case. So now we want to show that message to the UI, on the UI here. For example, go to your code index.js here. You should have another try catch block here. Try and move on the code. inside the try catch, inside the try block, and then catch error. You call next. So you may wonder what next is. It's a middleware concept. You're not gonna learn it today, but we will learn it tomorrow, right? So let's just use it tomorrow. Tomorrow we will understand it more, right? Just use it. Basically, we will have another route to handle the error. So think of it like that. Next, error. Okay. Save and try again. Sorry. All right. Move everything inside try block and add the catch block here. Hello. Let's test it. Oh shit. Okay. Now I hit enter again. Oh, it's not there. Call next. Call later. Oh, here it's not console log. I'm gonna throw error. Sorry, throw new error. So this try catch will catch the error and then I just console log it. Now we need to throw the error again. Throw the error. Here we have it. Error. Same thing, right? No, it's not. Just throw error.
What is new error?
We create a new error object with the contain with the message. This message. So now it's actually an error object. We don't need to create a new object anymore. So we just throw error. Error here is an error object. Okay. So we throw it again to this block, catch block. Now you actually see it on the website. There we go. There is no search result for your city name. Cool. Again, yeah, I went too fast. I know. All right, back. Okay, we have, as you can see here in the code, we have two try and catch blocks, right? One in the handler. Let's say this is a handler. One inside the utility function, right? Okay, this try catch, we will throw an error, like we return an error with this message, and this error will go to this variable error here, and then we throw again. This throw is to throw to this block, right? And this block will return the error on the UI. Right, is it a little bit clearer?
How do you know that?
So that's how the try catch works. If there's any error inside the block, you throw an object, an error object, and it's automatically will be catched by this block, right? So it becomes the whole thing here. The whole thing here will become error. Yeah, throw and catch, throw and catch. This syntax is to create a new instance of the error object.
Can you make another condition where you throw another error?
Yeah, so right now I don't want to render this message on my UI. I'm gonna render another thing, guys. I'm gonna create another error with a different message. I'm gonna call it Smith, right? And you should see Smith here. There we go. Right, so instead of creating a new error, I just use the old one, right? Throw it again. For now, let's just go with this, right? In week 9 or 10, we will learn how to handle those things. Right, questions? Expect more questions about this. There's something you can copy and paste, for example, to try cut blocks here. And the next here, next is like we don't return anything right here, but instead we are going to call the next from this handler. So it's going to be here, right? Just don't worry about it. It's very complicated stuff. Yeah, right now you use everything that's generated for by default from the generator.
I have a question.
Yes.
How can we print the error on the screen?
Thanks to this one, it returns. As you can see here. Where is it? Return random error, but if it's not this as well, gray error.
Where did the app that you come from?
Okay, don't worry about this. It's very complicated stuff. You cannot understand right now, I'm sure.
No, but
It's generated by default when you run spread generator, right? So it's a middleware concept. Don't worry about it yet. So just know that these functions, these middleware will return the error to the UI for you, right? For now.
So if you type in the Geocode, you actually type error, it will not run, right?
Again.
Word error, like cache error, throw error, will it still run? The actual word, and not just the ER.
So we reuse the error object from this line on line 14. We create a new error object and then we throw it into this block, the catch block, and the catch block we catch it and then throw again to another one. And it's gonna be this one. And this one will receive that error and pass it down to another one.
But you can name the actual word, like whatever, right? You don't have to name it.
Yeah. You can call it air, something like. It's okay. Yeah, here's we define the name. Here we call it. All right. Questions? Right. You don't need to understand all of these error stuff right now. Don't worry. We will learn how to deal with it in the future.
There's one more question. So each time when you make a new function, you have to make a new type like this, right?
New what?
Each time you want to make another new function, you have to make another JavaScript file in the new type.
You don't have to. You can export multiple functions at once in the same file. There's a syntax for that, but for now, just go with it. All right. Focus on the main logic first. Focus on the main thing here. The main thing here is here. These extra stuff you don't need to know. Like you don't need to understand how it go behind the scenes. Right. I'm gonna close. Okay, back to here. So we successfully throw an error if the user doesn't provide a appropriate city name, right? So let's say I'm gonna fetch Hanoi. Okay, we actually got Hanoi on the terminal, right? And we want to target the first element. The first element, where is it? On my hand. The first element here. So we can do it inside the function here. Instead of return data, I'm going to return the first element, 0. Okay. Set, because I know for sure that the length is greater than 0, right? It has to be greater than 0. Yeah. Okay. Again, run again. Check it. So now we got that object, location object. Now we need to read the geometry, coordinates, and coordinate is an array, right? There will be longitude and latitude. I don't know which one comes first, but we can try later. So we have longitude and latitude. Okay, so now we need these value. Right, so here we go. So we have data, we can change, we will change this name to location, maybe. Location, okay. And now I want to use the location coordinate to get the forecast. change the name from data to location to like for better, for like a more meaningful meaning. Right. So here we go. I'm gonna call. Now we need to call another API. Cause forecast equal awaits. It's pretty much the same, similar, very similar to how we did here. So forecast await get forecast, for example. Now we need to pass in the coordinates. So it's going to be location dot what? Dot geometry and then dot coordinates. Okay. Dot geometry dot coordinate. So it's going to be an array, right? It's going to be an array.
Where's the get forecast?
We will define it right now. Okay. So it's best if you give a comment, for example, get coordinates from location dot geometry dot cost. Coordinate. Okay. So now we got to define the function. Oh shit. Set. Copy it. Define it. Import it first, and then we define. Equal fire. Okay. Just like how we did with get geocode, I'm going to define a function called get forecast.js inside utils. Okay, same thing. Call import ACOS equal to require ACOS. Define the function get forecast equal to maybe too fast. Sorry. Async function. Okay, let's take a break here. Let's take a pause here. It's very similar to how we did with get geocode, right? Define a function, import it, and call it.
Set up with try and catch.
Yeah, same thing. So I'm going to use try and catch here. Pro error. Same thing here. I'm going to call URL equal a string, const token equal to process in b dot open whether key. Move up. So you're going to call this variable inside the URL, so you have to define first. Above. Go to the lab. I prepared the URL for you. Here we go. Copy that. Paste it here.
You need to change the pro, right?
Yeah, of course. Pro is for paid user. I cannot use it. I'm a free user. Okay. Could you go to line 3 or in index.js? Line 3. All right. Min, hello, it's here. Okay, so here we go. We have the token, we have the URL. Now we need to put the token here, right? Token, and you need the dollar sign, right? And lat and long as well. So in here you have an array called coordinates, right? I'm going to call it cost, and this will be the first index of the cost. Last, I don't know which the order of the lat and the long, but let's go.
Why don't you do like lat, comma, long in the async?
Sorry, wait. Again.
So async parentheses lat, comma, long. Does that work?
Async.
Async, so instead of chords inside of async, you pass lat and long.
Yeah, then you have to do this, lat and long, right? Oh, sorry. large and long, like this, and then you call large and long here. Okay. Cool. Now let's console log it. Console log. Oh, you have to call fetch first. Const response equal to await ICOs dot get and get the URL. Console log rest. Okay, return something. Return rest maybe. We know rest have a property called data, so we're gonna console log rest of data. Okay. For now, everything is fine. It's very similar to what we did in the other function. I'm gonna save it. Or someone talking? Oh, it's me. Okay, now let's test it. Right? Wait. Okay, and I need to console log forecast as well. Console log forecast. I have to make sure forecast run. Okay, let's try it. My website super awesome weather app. There's an error here. Get forecast in other function. I didn't export it. Right here, I forgot to export it. Module dot export with s equal to get forecast. Okay, save it. Try again. Refresh. Request failed with status code 401, meaning 401 means the API is not correct. I mean, like my key is not correct. I don't know why. Let's check it. Let's console log rest only. Again, try it. Last equal. We need to use what? Okay. So here's the longitude and latitude of the other object, but there's something wrong when we fetch it. Say open weather. I don't know if I called it correct variable here. Check it. Open weather key. Open weather key. Unexpected token. Something wrong in your JSON body.
Yeah, it's saying there are no results for your city name.
What? It doesn't have anything to do with that. Ooh, wow. Let's console log lat and long first. Let's console log lat and long here. Okay, let's try again. Refresh the whole page. Okay, check the console log. Okay, we got lat and long from the arguments, right? Try to revert it. I think long first and lat later. Okay, try it again. Ooh. Yeah, it should return me a response. So something wrong with the URL here. Hmm? Yeah. Something wrong. Let's console log token. All right, we console everything. Try again, refresh the whole page. Take a look at the console log. Okay, we got a token. So something wrong with the API. Oh shit. Let's go to the documentation and take a look at the APIs. Right? Click API. Okay. With this. Let's try with another one. Let's try with a simple one. city name is not that correct. I would say it's not correct. And the main purpose of this exercise, this lab, is like to practice calling API, multiple
Can I
APIs.
see a get geocode?
Get geocode. Oh, you have that problem. Oh, the encode URI component here, like to protect the string. So don't worry about it. Right.
Yeah, I keep getting my page just keeps hitting the error.
This error.
Yeah, and I don't.
Did you provide the city name?
Yeah,
Is there address?
yeah, it's just like Kansas City. It's the same as the name.
Can you console log the response? See what happened? What's in there? Could you go to line 3? Okay. Let's remove that with another API. Maybe this one. Okay. The basic API. Okay. Remove one question mark. HTTPS. You don't have to do exact same thing I'm doing. I'm just testing. Okay, go back here and try me up again. Hit enter. Okay, it does work with your API. There's something wrong with the URL. As you can see here, here's the weather, right? Here's the weather object, the response object, and here's the data. Inside there, we see the temperature. Everything is fine. Yeah, it's just that the other API is broken or something.
Just you give this page, you cannot.
Sorry?
It's paid API, so you cannot use that.
Oh, really?
Hourly forecast is paid.
No, there's another forecast. I remember I used it yesterday. Something. Let me. I will give you the API later, but for now, just use this. Okay. I'm gonna paste another API here. This called get this first, and then on this call, I'm gonna paste it here. Okay. For now, use this one. So another problem for developer is you need to use the correct API, the link, the URL, and you need to read the docs a lot to find the correct one. And the documentation, they change like once in a while. For example, last guy, they removed the free service and open weather last night. When I read it, actually they changed something here as well. So for now, just use this. Right. Your problem, is it fixed? No. Let me check.
So it's somewhere around here. Or async. Yes, something wrong with async.
So just one here is failed. Last screen it goes yeah, last screen you call the function and the function will fail inside the function. That's why it's pointing to this. So for some reason it's not here. Later, can you touch like respond to it? Respond to it. Rest. Okay. Reload the page. Dot filter somewhere. What? Try without capital H. No answer. No problem. Why is always connected? Where the sound coming? Why you always trans equal trans not zero. Okay. Try another. You didn't pass it, I think. You didn't pass it. Oh, you didn't pass it. That's it. All ones is what I'm going to change the link. Change the link. Yeah, this one call. This one is correct. Yeah, this one is correct, guys. You this one. This one is correct. Copy this part here. Replace it. Yeah, I tried yesterday. I just forgot where to come from. Paste it. And no, too much. I didn't copy. Copy. Paste. All right. Remove the question mark. Save it. Run it again. Okay, here's what we get, right? So this is the whole object. Inside the object, there's a key called weather. Inside weather, you have a bunch of an array of a bunch of objects. Inside objects, there's stuff. Oh my God, it's not there. This one. What is this? Here, scroll back. The array is too long. Right. I remember there's a field that you can exclude. Oh, I didn't copy that. Sorry. You can exclude fields that you don't want to see. For example, here, exclude here. You exclude these. Okay, copy that and exclude. For example, I want to exclude minutely. I don't want to see current and daily. So what's the other key? Current, hourly. So let's ignore daily and minutely, right? Okay, here. Save it, run again. Oh, wait. There's a space there. Sorry. Okay. Run again. Take a while because it's gonna fetch two APIs. And here we go. The data that we want to see. It's a little bit shorter, I hope. Okay. We have current and hourly only. We don't have minutely, we don't have daily, do we? Okay, correct. That's what we want. So we have the current weather at this location. We also have the hourly weather at that location. So here we go. We have to render it to the front end, to the UI. Okay. I'm gonna copy everything here and paste it. Okay. Thanks, Vân. Like. Okay. So here we go. We got the URL, we got the API call, and we got the data. Then we need to render these data on the views inside the view, right? So here we go. Index.js. We got the forecast. Now we need to render correctly. So here we go. Title. We keep the title. We add more keys. For example, where current stand for the current weather. If you don't want to, you can use forecast. Doesn't matter. Forecast and the data. Spelling is wrong. Yeah, the data is forecast.current. Current. For now. Okay, save it and go to our views. So there's a form, right? What if I want to show the weather? So I'm gonna check if forecast, and I'm gonna render and we need to leave, and then we need to end if. Okay, so here we need to render the variable forecast dot, I don't know, dot temperature temp. So dot temp. Yeah, it's Kelvin. Temperature is temp, and here's the description. Where the hell is description? Oh God, it's inside weather. It's inside weather. So now I cannot see it because the terminal doesn't support a very deep objects. So we need to console this to see what is inside there. Okay, go here. Before we console here, I'm going to console weather. Right, save it. All right, run again. Hanoi, you should see the temperature in Fahrenheit or something. Kelvin, okay. Now we need to change it later. Don't worry about it. It's very easy. So here is the, wait, why don't I see the weather? Did I save it? Yeah, I did save it. So forecast.weather. Oh, .current. .weather. Okay, save it. Run again. Refresh. Check the terminal. Scroll down. Here's what we want. So we need to dot forecast .current .weather, and then we need to get the first element, right? The first element, and then dot description. Oh wow. Okay, dot weather. Oh no. Okay, it's here. Description. Hold on. Call the variable forecast dot what? Shit, my memory is so bad. Dot. Here, oh, it's here. Dot weather. Dot weather. Oh, we pass the whole current object here. Dot weather, and we need to target the first element inside an array. So here's the syntax. Dot 0. Dot 0. And then we dot description. Okay. There we go. It's a little bit different from the normal syntax. Usually you will use this, right? 0, right? But here it's different. Q dot 0. Save it and test. Again, refresh. So now you see the description. Everything is fine. Now I need to change this one from Kelvin or Fahrenheit to metric Celsius. Let's go into the code. Get forecast. You can add one more parameter, say one more query. Units equal matrix, I think. Save. Reload the page again. It's 34 degrees Celsius degrees. So that's pretty much it. Let's recap. Right. There's a lot going on here, right? Where? Just add another parameter, another query. Unit equal to metric. It's written in the doc. So now we can save the task, all right? So let's go over from the beginning. So in here, it's pretty wrong already. So in here, we need to get the city value, right? The city name from the user, whatever the user input, right? For example, Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, we need to wrap that information and store into our variable city. First thing first, we make sure that they are city before we call the APIs. Okay, if we have the city, we call the APIs by using this function, get geocode. And this function gonna return just the first element inside the array, because there's a bunch of different locations that match the name. So we need to get the best match. Okay, we got the best match, and then we need to target. We need to target the coordinates only. We don't care about all the stuff. Get the coordinates only. So here's a comment. So we need to target this field inside the object. And this field is going to be an array of longitude and latitude. I don't remember which one comes first. It's an array, so the order does matter. So then we need to call another API, and we're gonna pass the coordinates into that function here. Inside that function, we destructor, I destructed it, long and large. I revert the, I swap the position. I delete it, and then we pass them into the URL, large and long, as well as a token, call the API, read the response, return it, just like how we did it with the geocode. Same thing. Okay, so now in this file, we wrap that response, and we need to look at this value, right? The temperature inside current, and the other description or any other things inside the weather, right? That's why I have to pass the whole object, the whole current object, right? Inside the current object, there's a field called weather. Inside weather is an array. Inside weather, we wrap the first element. I don't know why they decide the data structure like that, but yeah, there's a reason. We don't know. So inside weather, we wrap the first element. We wrap the first element dot 0, and then we wrap the key description and render it, right? Yeah, basically that's it. Yeah, I will explain again personally to like person to index.js. Here we go. Are you okay? Can apply, get it right? You have to delete everything and try again to get.
400 error.
400 error means I think you passed the wrong order, long and lat. It's not lat and long, right? Be careful with that. Problems? You either looks like you have problems. You? Yes.
I have something wrong.
Oh, okay. Box doesn't allow you to get the weather. Usually that guy doesn't allow you to get weather from the email, but somehow also that's why you first we get the conflict from this area. They change the order, đổi từ long lại. Yeah. The storm.
Để xem cái sáu
I just went from Google and I was like, yeah, just the way I was no. Oh, because
like you need to stop the whole to see the message. You got the okay, now we go. Nó từ cái nguyên tắc rồi các bạn.
Em cho cũng là cái này.
Quen chết rồi.
Đó em đưa cho nó.
Quay đâu? Nó sai cũng rất messy.
Thầy có thể upload video lại được không?
Nếu không được nữa thì sửa thứ tự lại lót cái lon với lá.
À, ở bên kia là lắc lon.
Hai thằng nó có mạng lắm.